और बेटा आज रिजल्ट निकलने वाले थे ना, कैसा हुआ बताओ बताओ।
सारा दिन मोबाइल में बैठा रहता है, पढ़ाई तो करनी ही नहीं है तुम्हें।
ये क्या पढ़ाई हुई, ये करने भेजा था ट्यूशन।
Not using your full potential.
नंबर दोगे तब तो पढ़ाई होगी, ट्यूशन के नाम पे घूमने जाते हो क्या?
टेंशन सबका अटेंशन, दोस्त हो या अंकल करते हैं मेंशन। कैन डू बेटर, कैन डू बेटर, कैन डू बेटर, कैन डू बेटर, कैन डू बेटर सब बोलते हैं, फ्री में तो मुंह अपना सब खोलते हैं। दुनिया तो कहती है आगे बढ़ो, पर कैसे करें ये सब सोचते हैं। पढ़ता ही रहता था मैं आंख अपनी खोल के, और याद करता था चीजों को 10 बार बोल के। नकली की किताबें जिसने ज्ञान सारा छोड़ के सिखाया मुझको आगे बढ़ना, असलियत को मोड़ के। आजा मिलके मचाते हैं, आजा सबको पढ़ाते हैं, कुछ करके दिखाते हैं, आजा मिलके मचाते हैं। बस पढ़ना नहीं, 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 समझना भी है, सिर्फ समझना नहीं बरतना भी है। पढ़ने का मतलब सिर्फ रटना नहीं, रटे बिना मार्क्स लाना भी है। विल डू बेटर अब करते हैं, सारी जिम्मेदारी हम लेते हैं, सिर्फ बेटर नहीं अब बनोगे बेस्ट, फुल गारंटी हम देते हैं। आजा मिलके मचाते हैं, आजा तुझको पढ़ाते हैं, कुछ करके दिखाते हैं, आजा मिलके मचाते हैं, आजा मिलके मचाते हैं, आजा तुझको पढ़ाते हैं, कुछ करके दिखाते हैं, आजा मिलके मचाते हैं।
तब तो पढ़ाई होगी, ट्यूशन के नाम पे घूमते रहते हो क्या?
Hi guys, this is your master teacher Surabhi. How are you all doing today? Hello to all of you. Hi Divyanshu, you are first here, okay? Hi Sagun, hi Kalpana, hi Muskan, hi Sai Thambi, hi Apurv, hi Pokemon, Vaibhav. Hi Pitambar, hi Akshar, hi Sarmishtha, hi Kalpana, hi Adit, hi Srishti. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Hi Aditi, hi Bharat. All right. Welcome to today's very super interesting session, because today we are going to do another chapter of geography जिसका नाम है agriculture. Right? Now guys, ये वाला chapter जो है ना, it's one of those chapters just like mineral and power resources that you will also do in your 10th standard, in your 9th standard. If you take SST in your 11th standard, you will keep doing it forever and forever. Why? Because just like mineral and power resources, agriculture एक ऐसा topic है कि all of you are supposed to know where you're getting your food from, right? How do people earn from farming? What exactly is agriculture? Is it only farming? All of these answers will be answered. All of these questions, not answer. All of these questions will be answered in today's session. All right. Hi RG Center. Hi Sagun. Hi Vidhi. Hi Tanmay, hi Pokemon. Independence Day to all from Pakistan. Wow. From Pakistan also we are getting, great. But we have it tomorrow. We are going to celebrate it tomorrow. So guys, do let me know in the comment section below. What is that one thing that you do to celebrate Independence Day? Is it just another holiday for you? Because when I was a kid, frankly, very truthfully, it was like one of those days we would wait for just because it was a holiday. Or do you guys do something special? Like, there's like something, that one thing that you do on every Independence Day. That is what I would love to know in today's comment section. Alright. Hi Shreya. Hi Suhani. Ma'am, I have to participate in Volt. Alright, you can participate. Thank you, Mahi. Alright, now that joined Vedantu for the very first time, Divya, that's great, because Vedantu is a super amazing organization. We have partnered with UNICEF and another organization called Yuva. where you guys can be young warriors. If you want to be young warriors, you can enroll yourself in it. You have to do 5 tasks. What are those 5 tasks? If you want to know the details about it, all you have to do is WhatsApp, and all the details are given here. Type YWA, send it to this number, and you will get the details of what you have to do. And guess what? If you do all the 5 tasks, right? You have to be a vaccine buddy, a stress buster. There are 5 different tasks that you have to do. If you do it, if you take a pledge that you are going to act against COVID-19, you will get a certificate by CBSE, the Yuva Foundation, as well as the UNICEF. So guys, what are you waiting for? Do, make sure that you follow all of these 5 steps. And of course, I got a phone call. And of course, be a young warrior. Alright, good afternoon, good afternoon. Took your name, Arshia. Alright, so are you guys ready for this chapter, agriculture? Let me know how excited you are by giving me a thumbs up right now, guys. Jaldi se apna attendance thok do, jaldi se thumbs up de do. And then we are going to start. And if you're new to the topic, if you're kind of new to the channel, then my name is Surabhi Gupta. I take social studies here at the Young Manders channel for class 8 and at the Vedantu organization for 6th standard, 7th standard and 8th standard, right? That is a little bit about me. Actually, I'm a regular student. Guys, what is this? Like, now all the students have started writing, Ma'am, I'm Khushbu, a regular student. I'm Divyashi, a regular student. Alright. Okay. Hi Saurabh, excited? Yes, you always participate in speech. Okay. Acha, on Independence Day. That's great. Okay, now guys, before we move on, let's go over the weekly schedule. So as you know, this is the entire week, jo aaj khatam ho jayega. Tomorrow, this is going to be a live session, not a recorded one. The tragic end of the the tragic end of the dodos, not the momos, fortunately. Or unfortunately, I'm not sure. But the tragic end of the dodos, we are going to learn something super fun, and we are going to have a quick, fun mentee about endangered and extinct species. So if you want to see, if you know a lot about wildlife, do be there 7 o'clock tomorrow, guys. It's going to be super interesting and super fun. All right? Yes. Divya, that's great. So guys, if you are new to the channel, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel right now. वो subscribe वाला button है, उसको दबा दो, click कर दो. घंटी है, उसके side में उसको भी दबा दो, so that you get the notification of all the videos that we put out, especially the really fun ones. And of course, give me a thumbs up if you are here to show me your attendance. ठीक है? Guys, अगर मैं नाम लेती रहूँगी ना, हम पढ़ेंगे नहीं. I'll only start saying names. Done. Alright, now before we move on, guys, if you want to follow me, if you want to just talk to me, you can always follow the page of my Instagram, that is surabhi.vedantu. करना है, बात करनी है तो वहाँ आ जाओ, नहीं करना है तो मत आओ, मर्जी है. Let's go forward to homework superstars. So guys, thank you. Last video में the top 5 people who gave the correct answers were Sunil, Yash, Charvi, Suhani and Tharani. Quite regular students. And 5 random students that I chose were Charan, Anik, Deepa, Akanksha and Lakshmi Priya. So guys, good job all of you. If your name is not here, kuch nahi hota, koi baat nahi. Next time you might be here. The main idea is to be regular and to continuously, be regular for your sessions and do all your homework. ठीक है? Alright. Thank you, Soumya, for saying that. अब आगे बढ़ने से पहले, there is a fun fact, and I think a lot of you already know about this fact. I have a feeling that once upon a time, about 6,000 years ago, Sahara Desert used to be a tropical rainforest. So exactly why did it become a desert? Now I know a lot of you will say, ma'am, obviously human beings must be at fault. We must have cut down all the trees. Maybe very slight possibility, but actually there's another geographical phenomenon why this might have happened. क्या है मैम वो geographical phenomena? अलग चीज है. Someday maybe we'll take a session on that. All right. So let us quickly begin. Thank you, Sidhu. you will teach in English or Hindi because I don't know Hindi. Srinidhi, even if I do speak anything in Hindi, I always repeat it in English. So don't worry. Okay? Alright, so let us quickly begin. Today we are going to start with the chapter Agriculture. So guys, as I said, this chapter is something that is super important because if you understand the basics now, you will easily, I'm telling you right now, in 8th standard, if you understand the basics, 10th standard, you will get full marks in SST. What, ma'am? Yeah, not at least in this chapter. Alright, so let's begin. So guys, all the activities that are related to earning a livelihood, earning money for life, for survival, right? What is livelihood? When your parents earn money to feed you, right, to educate you, to clothe you, to give you a roof over your head, they are earning that money for their livelihood, living their life, right? So all the activities related to earning a livelihood is called an economic activity. ठीक है, 3 टाइप की इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज होती है. देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज, प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी एंड टर्शियरी. व्हाट इज अ प्राइमरी एक्टिविटी? जैसे स्कूल में यू हैव अ प्राइमरी क्लास, द बेसिक क्लास, राइट? Primary activity is that activity that is directly connected to nature. For example, growing your crops. You know, you're directly connected to nature, growing or growing natural resource, right? These are primary activities. या fishing हो गया, सीधा आप नदी में जाके you're going to the river and taking out the fish to eat. That is a basic primary activity. Or gathering is, you know, picking up forest produce. Mining. Oh, all right, my writing is obviously horrible. Mining is another primary activity. समझ गए? Secondary activity is that activity that processes a natural substance into a finished product. मतलब, for example, cotton उगाना, growing cotton is a primary activity. But processing that cotton into this beautiful Vedantu cotton t-shirt is a secondary activity. Alright, extracting iron from the earth is a primary activity. But using that iron and making it into an iron utensil is a secondary activity. Primary is the basic. Secondary is the processing of a natural resource into a processed or finished product. समझ गए? There is no lizard behind me. कुछ भी. The third activity is tertiary activity. Now guys, there are, for example, if you are a farmer, okay, and you want a loan because you don't have money to grow your crops, you don't have money to buy a tractor, to buy a cow, or you're someone who wants to set up a factory to make a cotton t-shirt. Where will you get the money from? You will go to the temple, pray to God. God will give you money as rain. No. What will you do? You will go to a bank, right? Or if you want to transport your crops to the market, you need a car, you need a truck, right? So all of these services, your banking service, trade service, your market, your transportation service, advertising service is a tertiary activity. All of those activities जो primary और secondary activity को support करती है, that supports the primary and secondary activity is called a tertiary activity. Got it? Yes? Simple? Guys, I hope it's clear. Alright. Now, agriculture is obviously a basic primary activity because you are growing your natural resources. जैसे crops हो गए, fruits हो गए, vegetables हो गए. But agriculture is not just growing crops. Agriculture also includes rearing of livestock. जो आपका cattle हो गया, cow हो गया, chicken हो गया, इन सब का ध्यान रखना, taking care of these animals, these birds, all of that rearing, taking care of them is also a part of agriculture. Right? Now, in the world, 50% of the population is engaged in agricultural activity. And that's a huge population, right? In India itself, 2/3 of India's population, guys, 2/3 of India's population is engaged in or dependent on some way on agriculture. Now, guys, 2/3 of the population is a huge population if you think about it. Okay, we're going to talk about that later. Now, favorable, if you want to do agricultural activity, you cannot just do it anywhere. You need good climate, good soil, fertile soil, right? The land on which you have fertile soil, which is ready for growing crops, is called arable land. All right? Okay. Now, guys, the word agriculture comes from two Latin words, ager or agri, which means soil, culture, which means cultivation. So the word agriculture actually means soil cultivation. But agriculture what do we use the word agriculture for? Not only for soil cultivation, that is growing your crops, but also for taking or rearing of livestock, taking care of animals. Alright? Guys, secondary activity, game blast, simply is when you take a natural product like cotton and you convert it into this beautiful cotton t-shirt. Or you take a natural product like iron and you convert it. You don't convert it by, asking God to do it, right? You go in the factory, you process it and you make it into a finished product, right? That is your secondary activity. All right. Now, guys, agriculture is of course the art of cultivation on the soil, and I've told you rearing livestock. It is also called farming. There is another thing called sericulture. Listen to this carefully because you can have a mentee on this. You have another thing called sericulture. Commercial rearing of silkworms. It may supplement the income of the farmer, right? Then you have something called pisciculture, which means breeding of fish. That is when farmers take care of fish, they breed them, they allow them to reproduce, and all of those fishes are then kind of sold in the market. Right? Then you have viticulture, that is cultivation of grapes, either to sell it to a factory to make wine, alcohol, or of course to sell it in the market. And then you have horticulture, which is growing vegetables, flowers, fruits for commercial use. All right? All right. So the next system that we are going to look at is the farm system. Now guys, I hope you know what a computer system is. Any system, whenever the word system comes, that means I need another colored pen. Okay. That means that there we are talking about certain inputs. There's a process that goes on and then you have an output. Okay, that is what a system means, that there is certain input, a procedure or a process that goes on, and then you have the output. Now, when you're talking about the farm system or agriculture, it is a proper system. What are the inputs? There are some natural inputs which we get from nature, we get from God. For example, rainfall, good soil, right? Those are natural inputs. There are some human inputs. For example, you put your good quality seeds, your labor, the work that you do, fertilizers, machinery, है ना, ये हो गया input. What is the process? The process is your plowing, making the soil ready for growing your crops, sowing, that is putting the seeds in the soil, irrigation, bringing the water from the river to your field, weeding, taking away unwanted, wild plants that might grow on your land, you will take it all away. And finally, after your crops has grown, you will harvest your crops, right? This is the process. What is the output? What do you get after you do all of that? No, ma'am, we get nothing. We get samosa. No, you get your crops, your wool, if you're taking care of animals, dairy, poultry products. That is, again, if you're taking care of your chicken, your birds, etc. Right? So as I told you, physical inputs include your natural inputs like your rainfall, temperature, soil and slope. Human inputs is your storage, labor, machinery, chemical fertilizers and all of that. Alright. Now what are the different types of farming? Now guys, we are going to look at two major farmings depending upon what kind of technology the farmers use, what is the geographical condition, what is the soil like, etc. So we have divided into subsistence farming or commercial farming. Alright. Now what is subsistence? Guys, the word subsistence matlab bas apne liye, jeene ke liye, to live. enough to live your life, right? That is what subsistence farming is. If you are a farmer, you have a very small plot of land and you're growing crops only to feed your own family. That is what you're doing. You're doing subsistence farming. It's possible that only you, your wife, or if you're a woman, then your husband and your children, you are the only one who's looking after the land, right? You don't have a lot of technology. You're using a cow and you're using a plow. I mixed it up and I said plow. But anyways, you're using a cow or plow, very low level of technology, and household labor is used as a small, just like that's all for the input, and you get very few crops that you only use to feed your family. That is what subsistence farming is. We have further divided it into intensive subsistence farming and primitive subsistence farming. Now, intensive subsistence farming takes place in thickly populated areas. जहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा population है, where there is a lot of population, the farmer gets very little land to grow crops on. Now, when you've got very little land, what will you do? You will do kathak on it? No. Now, because you've got very little land, you will put a lot of, you will kind of try to extract as much out of it as possible, right? So the farmer cultivates in a small plot of land using small tools and more labor. He will kind of try to grow as many crops as he can in that small land. That is why it is called intensive. You are intensively using that small portion of land to grow your crops, right? So rice is one of the main crops. Other crops include wheat, maize, pulses and oil seeds. All of those areas where it is really populated, that is where farmers do this kind of agriculture in regions of South, Southeast and East Asia. समझ गए? Easy? हिंदी में भी बोलूं? Alright, one last time for all of those who don't understand English. Guys, intensive subsistence agriculture उन जगह पे होता है जहाँ पर बहुत कम land है, बहुत ज़्यादा population है, right? जब farmer के पास इतना कम land होगा, तो he will keep on pushing, he will try to put a lot of labor, try to use that land, एक के बाद एक वो crop उस पे grow करेगा, so that, and using simple tools, because farmer is not like richy rich, right? Simple tools use करेगा to kind of grow as many crops as he can. Alright? Mentee will come, Akshara. One day it will come. I just realized I have not opened your Mentee. Okay, it's fine. I will do that. Okay. So the next part is primitive subsistence agriculture. The word primitive means ancient, old, traditional, बहुत पुराना रीति रिवाज से चला आया हुआ चीज, right? So that kind of agriculture that has been practiced historically by tribals is called primitive subsistence agriculture. It's been going on for really long. It includes two kinds of cultivation: shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. So सबसे पहले let's understand what is shifting cultivation. This you have also done in your history. Remember jhoom cultivation, right? But it's okay, I will explain again. So in a large part of forested areas of India, right, Northeast India, Amazon basin, tropical Africa, etc., ये वाला cultivation practice किया जाता है, where usually it's the tribals who practice this cultivation. They go from one part to another part of the forest. What they will do? They will cut down the trees. Because you cannot grow crops on your head, you have to grow crops on the land. That is why you will cut down the trees. After that, जो भी छोटा मोटा vegetation होता है, all the small vegetation that is left, they burn it. Alright, after they burn it, the ash that you get is very rich in potash, which improves the fertility of the soil. Alright, after that, of course, they grow crops there, and once they harvest it, they move to another area, cut down the trees again, burn the vegetation again, sow the seeds again, harvest the crop again. The entire process begins again. Why do they leave the land? Because once you grow crops on the land, the fertility of the land kind of decreases, right? That is why they abandon the land and the cultivator moves to a new plot. This kind of cultivation is also called slash and burn agriculture, because you are slashing down the trees and burning the vegetation. right? No, it is not good for the environment. Okay? Okay, now shifting cultivation is known by different names in different parts of the country. For example, jhum cultivation or jhuming in Northeast India, milpa in Mexico, roca in Brazil, and ladang in Malaysia. Okay? Alright, फिर next kind of farming आता है nomadic herding. What is a nomad? Nomad is a person who moves from one place to another जिसका कोई fixed address नहीं होता. ठीक है? Now you will tell me how many of you when you grow up are going to be nomads. You have, and herding are those people who take care of herd animals, group animals. For example, sheep हो गया, goat हो गया, ये सब herd animals है, right? They are always, you will always see sheep and goats and all of these animals in groups. So the people who take care of these herd animals are, you know, it's said that they do herding, right? So nomadic herding is practiced in areas that are semi-arid and arid regions, that is dry regions of Sahara, Central Asia and parts of Rajasthan and Jammu and Kashmir, especially in the Leh Ladakh area. Now, इसमें क्या होता है जो farmer है, the herdsman, he moves from one place to another. He does not have a fixed address. क्यों भाई allergy है क्या घर से? No, they don't have an allergy to a fixed address. It's just that when you have to take care of animals and you live in a dry area or a cold area like Jammu and Kashmir, during winter season or during extreme dry season, you will have to take animals to another place where you can get water, where the weather is good, right? That is why these people are always on a move from one place to another in search for fodder, that is food for these animals, and water, right? Simple. Achha, you have a Mentee code? Great, because even I don't have it today, guys. Alright, so there's 3 or 4 are most commonly read: sheep, camel, yak and goats. These are certain animals that are reared or taken care of by these farmers. They provide milk, meat, hide, that is the skin of the animal, wool and other products to the herder and their families. Okay? Next hota hai commercial farming. Now guys, that was subsistence farming and different types of subsistence farming. The second type is commercial farming. Comes from the word commerce, which means as soon as the word commerce comes, it's money. So farming for money, farming for selling your crops in the market is called commercial farming. When you're taking care of animals and growing crops to sell or to sell it in the market. Now, is farming mein, how is this farming different from subsistence farming? Subsistence farming mein, you're growing, you're a poor farmer, you're growing crops only to feed your family. Commercial farming mein, you're rich, you're growing crops to feed the world. Hai na? So you use high mechanization, that is, you use a lot of machinery, right, and very less labor because machines are doing most of your work. Mostly this kind of farming is done in developed countries क्योंकि वहीं पर farmers काफी rich होते हैं. इंडिया में तो we unfortunately 80% of the farmers are poor farmers, right? So most of the time this kind of farming is practiced in developed nations. Commercial farming के भी 3 types है. We have 3 types of commercial farming: commercial grain farming, mixed farming and plantation agriculture. What is commercial grain farming? Obviously, when you are growing grains, right, like your gehu, your wheat and maize for commercial purpose, for selling it in the market, it is called commercial grain farming. It is usually done in grasslands of North America, Europe and Asia. ठीक है, फिर second kind of farming is mixed farming. If you are a rich farmer, you want to grow crops also, you want to take care of animals also, you will be doing mixed farming, where land is used for growing food and the same land is also used for growing fodder, your grass, you know, your straw, something that your cattle will eat, your animals will eat. This is called mixed farming. समझ गए? Yes. तो गाइज ये ऐसा टाइप का फार्मिंग है जिसमें आप एनिमल्स, अपना गोट है, शीप है, चिकन है, ये भी रख रहे हो और आप अपने क्रॉप्स भी ग्रो कर रहे हो, राइट? द थर्ड काइंड ऑफ कमर्शियल फार्मिंग इज प्लांटेशन. So guys, plantations, I'm sure you must have seen when you go to South India or Northeast India, huge tracts of land with only one crop, either tea, coffee, banana, rubber, cashew, sugarcane, etc. Right? These are plantations. Now guys, plantations are very labor intensive. मतलब इनमें बहुत ज़्यादा लेबर वर्कर्स की ज़रूरत होती है. You need a lot of workers to work in your plantations. This is not an easy job and it requires very specific climatic conditions. Right? You cannot start a plantation in Delhi कि यार मैं बोर हो रहा हूँ, I have land, let me grow tea. You can't do that. You need specific climatic conditions, something we'll do in the next session. Right? Major plantations are found in the tropical regions of the world, including India, where, as you know, rubber and tea are grown. Sri Lanka, tea is grown, rubber in Malaysia, coffee in Brazil. Alright? Okay, so guys, that was it for today's session. All of the rest we are going to do in the next part. I am going to, Abhinav, you can leave. If you think I'm ignoring, why are you here? I'm ignoring you. Hai na? You are like, I mean, instead of teaching, I should just look at your name and do this. Kuch bhi. Alright, hi Megha, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the session. Okay, now guys, before we go on to the Mentee, very quickly, I have some new batches starting on my Vedantu platform. If you want to be a part of that, and if you are someone who is facing doubts in the class, if you want notes after the class, agar aap chahte ho ki you get tests and assignments after every chapter for your midterms and finals, although guys, it's already like August and it's ending, so it's high time that you are prepared for all your exams, right? If you are someone who's preparing for competitive exams, if you want a schedule that suits you, right? And finally, if you want to be taught in a language, English or Hindi, जिसमें भी आपको पढ़ना है, then all of this is available to you right here at Vedantu. For 6th standard, 7th standard and 8th standard, we take subjects English, Hindi नहीं लेते, SST, Science and Maths. Right? New batches are starting. My own batches are soon starting for CBSE from 16th August and 27th September, and for CBSE and ICSE as well. Premium batches where, right, give me 1 second. Premium batches where in every batch there are only 15 students. तो वो बच्चे नहीं है हुआ like ma'am you are ignoring us. Please go to the premium batch. Only 15 students. Even if you want the teacher to ignore you, teacher will not ignore you. Alright. Now guys, how do we do it at Vedantu? It's pretty simple. The platform is super amazing. I wish we had it when I was a student. It's like we teach a little and then we do a few questions and quizzes to make sure that you've understood what we've taught. Then we teach a little, then we do a few questions and quizzes. Right? To make sure कि आपको सारे concepts clear हो जाए. You compete with students throughout the world. You get students coming from all across the world to our classes. You can download all the handwritten notes and the notes of the master teacher. अगर आपको क्लास में कोई भी डाउट आ रहा है, all of them are solved by the class teachers immediately as soon as the doubt crops up in your head. Right? Apart from that, you also get tests and assignments regularly to make sure again that you are prepared for your finals and for all other exams that you are giving. If you are someone who are also preparing for NTSE, for Olympiads, again, it's free of cost. If you have taken our subscription program, you are getting all the training pura muft for free, right? Now guys, this is a pretty interesting feature, unlimited micro courses. मतलब once you join the subscription program, then we kind of start regular micro courses throughout the year. जितना चाहो आप अपने आप को enroll कर सकते हो without giving any extra money. So for example, yesterday I took a micro course for 6th standard and 7th standard, a chapter. A lot of students who wanted to revise, who had forgotten that chapter, kind of enroll themselves again for free in these micro courses. Right? Now, अगर आपको join करना है, क्यों करना है? Vedantu is giving something called Vedantu Improvement Promise, where Vedantu is saying that if you join our classes, you will see an assured progress. ठीक है, तो अगर आप 60% स्टूडेंट हो तो पक्का आपको प्रोग्रेस दिखेगा at the end of the year. Of course, you have to join us for the entire year. If you are doing our assignments, if you are coming to our classes, we will make sure we are taking responsibility for the fact कि आप अपने पढ़ाई में, अपने personality में you will see a development, right? Okay. Now, how to go to it? There is a link in the description box below. Below matlab video mein. You go to that and let me be chutanku. And you can go, to that link. So there's a link. This is my previous video. Nahi dekha to guys dekh lo. Live Mentee tha. People who missed it have missed it. Guys, another feature of Vedantu. If you ever miss a class, if you ever miss the quiz, you can watch the replay. और replay देखना boring नहीं होता because while you're watching the replay, you can again do the quiz and your name can come on top of the leaderboard. Right? So we are making sure कि आपको सब कुछ अच्छी तरह समझ आए. Replay देखने पे भी आप बोर नहीं हो. Right? So that is a super amazing feature that we have. Let's say आप class 8 CBSE पे जाते हो. You will find Pro Lite, Pro Classic and Pro Premium. Pro Lite mein you get everything that I just told you, right? And for the entire year, the price is 29,999. But if you put in my coupon code SUGPRO, ठीक है यहाँ पर पहले से applied है. You put this coupon code SUGPRO, Surabhi Gupta Pro, you will get a 19% off, right? Again, guys, if I would say कि पूरे साल के लिए if you think that the money is a lot, although आपको सारे subjects पढ़ाई जाएंगे, right? But if you still think the money is a lot, you can try it for 1 month. I never pressurize anyone. You try it for 1 month, see how you like it, see if the platform matches what you need, and if it does, you can take it for the entire year, using the same coupon code. Pro Classic उन लोगों के लिए है जिनको अपने डाउट्स क्लास के बाद भी रात के 7 बजे भी याद आता है कि मैम ये this was my doubt, it was not solved. You can get your doubt solved. This for a month is 2,700 after you use my coupon code SUGPRO, right? Pro Premium is for those students जिनको, as I said, they only want 15 students in a class. You also get a personal mentor, jiska video you can always watch here, right? This is a little expensive, but again, there are only 15 students and you get a lot more features. Guys, try it for 1 month, especially the premium one. I have got a lot of messages saying that it has helped them a lot. So you can try it for 1 month and see if you like it. Again, सारे subjects पढ़ाते हैं, maths भी, English भी, social studies भी, science भी, and it's just not me. We have a whole team of amazing teachers, right? So try it out, see how you like it. If you like it, you can join us at Vedantu. आ जाना मेरे batch में. Use the coupon code SUGPRO, and I will be hopefully seeing you in my class, right? Alright, now let us quickly go to menti.com. Mentee code है 83826893. So guys, I have forgotten to open the Mentee. I am going to just give me 1 second. Let me see if I can do that. Right. You guys go and even I will go, but I have to hide the browser from you. Yes, SUG Pro is correct. हाँ, YouTube में free होता है. अगर आपका YouTube से ही काम चल रहा है, great. But if you're someone who wants,
आज रिजल्ट निकलने वाले थे ना? ऐसा हुआ? बताओ.
Okay, guys, that was totally by mistake. Just 1 second. I'm going to.
Hit it!
All right, so let us see. Yes, I'm not sure. Am I visible? हाँ guys, video अटक गई थी. It was my fault. I'm sorry. So guys, you have to go to www.mentee.com. Put in the code 83826893. ठीक है, आ जाओ वापस, आ जाओ. 83826893. Sorry, I don't know how I totally forgot to put on Mentee. So come on. Hi Divyanshi, hi Kanesha. Ma'am, you're अच्छा Rani. Tanmay, that's great marks, bacha. Moral education also you've got great. Good. Hi Artinex. Hi Mimi. There's also a movie that came out, right, Mimi? Quickly. Yes, Ciara, but that is only for the premium batch. You can come for the Pro Lite. Guys, Pro Lite is a super, it's enough. Again, if you're someone who just needs a little bit help, you can come to the Pro Lite subscription program and try for 1 month. As I said, 1 महीने के लिए देख लो. अगर अच्छा लगे तो ही लो पूरे साल के लिए. And even if you take it for 1 year, if you're taking all our classes, guys, trust me, it will be worth it. नहीं तो मत लेना, it's fine. Don't take it for the entire year. Just take it for like 1 month. Acha, Sarvesh, that's great. Hi, Abhya. Half late. These YouTube classes are free only, Muft. Guys, if you are someone who cannot afford it, that's also totally okay. You can, regularly come to our Young Wonders channel, subscribe to the channel and get free education. जितना हम लोग करते हैं, कोशिश करते हैं. Of course, we can't do everything on YouTube. We try doing it. वाह दीपा, this was a tough chapter. हाँ, short revision नहीं हो सकता इसका, but it's fine. You can just like randomly do it. Right? Hi Deepa. Hi Ramlal. Hi Akshara. Hi Salomi. So guys, have you written down your names? I hope you've written down some pretty. Why don't you write down the names of the favorite crop of yours? नहीं करोगे मुझे पता है, but अगर कर सकते हो तो कर लो. Good crop. Thank you, Chirag, for being my big pankha. At least someone is. Alright, so let us quickly start. Diya, I took your name. Right, so let's start with the first question of the day. The type of farming practiced to meet the needs of the farmer's family is called mixed farming, subsistence farming, commercial farming या plantation agriculture. अच्छा, you are Humaira, all right. तो guys, अगर आप ऐसे farmer हो who are growing crops only to feed yourself and the family, what kind of farming are you practicing? Easy peasy question. Yes, the answer is subsistence farming. Alright, let us look at the leaderboard for now. It's not joining. Bye. Just go to www.mentee.com and put in the code. You should join. Alright, we have Khushi and Khushbu, who's the fastest. Then we have Kallo. Is it? Alright, then we have Guru Nisha, Simba, Nemo, Charvi, Rishita. Can RG Center win? Crop. Popping popcorn. Great. Brinda and Swanvi on top of the leaderboard. Guys, come on. Right? Cool names. Right. My haircut is dope. Thank you, Jacob. Question 2 is the land on which crop is grown is called arable land, pasture land, meadow land, or barren land. No, Haripriya, it's Haripriya Yadarth. I'm Surabhi Gupta. We are not sisters. Gupta is like North Indian. Yadarth is, she's, I think, Telugu. Guys, it's super simple to join. If you have another device, like your dad's phone or your mom's phone, उस phone में put www.mentee.com. As soon as you enter the website, it asks you for the code. ये code डालो तो you should join. है ना? Flaycraft, were you able to join? Yes, it is called arable land. वो वाला land, fertile land, जहाँ पर आप crop, wow, जहाँ पर आप crop, you can grow it. It's called arable land. All right, we have Khushbu, who's the fastest. Then we have Khushi, popping popcorn. क्या है ये tongue twister? Guru Nisha, Rashika, Charvi, Dania wants a nickname. We can just call you Danny. Then we have Sakshi, Shanmukh, Saloni, Diamond, Crystal on top of the leaderboard. Alright. Next question of the day. Ma'am, acha, code is not visible. Guys, it's 8283826893. Banking, insurance sectors, etc. can be good example of which type of economic activity? Tertiary, primary, and secondary. When we talk about transportation system, banking services, insurance, advertising, इन ये सब services को क्या बोलते हैं? Guys, don't worry. Next time I'm gonna ask for the code to be like a bigger size. Yes, the answer is tertiary activity, guys. Right? Supporting activities, जो support करता है primary और secondary activity को. Alright, the leaderboard is in front of you. You have Khushbu on top, then you have Khushi, Brinda, Charvi, Rishika, Shanmukh, Saloni, Guru, Nisha, Yash and Abhinav on top of the leaderboard. Took very much time. It's okay, Danya, guys. It's okay if you're not on top of the leaderboard. Just get the answers correct. Alright? The next question is in front of us. Breeding of fish. What is that called? Breeding of fish. Sericulture, pisciculture, horticulture or viticulture? Spices. Come on, guys. Parmita, it happens because there are like lots of students. So it's about how fast you give an answer. Again, that's not important. More important to get it right. Quickly, क्या होता है वो जब farmers fish grow करते हैं to sell it in the market? Yes, all right. Let's look at the leaderboard. So you knew, great. We have Khushi, who's the fastest. Then we have Brinda, Charvi, Saloni, Yash, Guru, Nisha, Varsha, Pokemon, Ritesh, high five to you too. Shubhi and Harshit on top of the leaderboard. Alright. Now, question 5 of 5 is in front of you. Ready? Ready? Dash is a physical input or a natural input to the agricultural system. Labor, chemical, machinery or rainfall. एग्रीकल्चर क्रॉप्स ग्रो करने के लिए हमें इनपुट कुछ देना पड़ता है क्रॉप्स को. व्हाट इज दैट फिजिकल इनपुट दैट यू गिव? द नेचुरल इनपुट दैट यू गिव. गाइस, नेचुरल, गॉड गिव्स इट टू अस. कम ऑन, वैभव, यू आर करेक्ट. ऑलराइट, अ लॉट ऑफ यू आर करेक्ट. त्रिपाठी, आर यू श्योर? रामलाल, आर यू श्योर? गाइस, व्हाट इज दिस? What is this? Labor is us, human beings. It's a human factor. हम लोग करेंगे ना labor, है ना? God is not coming on the ground to do labor for you, work for you. You will do your own labor. Chemical you will put. Machinery you will make and use. All of these are human inputs. Physical input means natural input, like your sunlight. Is the soil fertile? Rainfall. These are physical inputs. क्या हुआ ये? What is this? Very disappointed. This is my disappointed face. Bad. Yes, slope. Good. Zindagi ki class. Alright, so the fastest person for today is Khushi. Give an applause to Khushi, guys. This was not an easy Mentee. And let us go back to the slides. So guys, this is your homework question of the day. Fill in the blanks. Say quickly click a picture and send me the homework answers in the comment section below. जब वीडियो खत्म हो जाती है तो जल्दी से अपना नाम और आंसर्स प्लीज भेज देना if you want your name to be on the homework superstars for the next class. Now, if you're new to the video, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, guys, so that हम amazing content ला पाए, and of course you get a notification for all the videos. Remember, tomorrow 7 o'clock we're going to have a super amazing Mentee and a really interesting story that you're going to come to know about. Right? अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो thumbs up दे देना, and of course share it with your friends. This is your master teacher signing out. Bye bye. Have a great day.